Hello and welcome to the second race of round 2 from Talladega. Kevin Harvick is on the pole with Kyle Busch on his outside, lineups on your right, although starting position, not so important here. There's a lot of mutability in the track position. You can get to the front and you can fall to the back just as easily. 47 laps today, 10 lap first stage, 15 lap second stage. They should both work out to be about 10 after the caution. Kevin Harvick will lead them down, and everyone breaks out right away as soon as the green flag is dropped. They're already 3 and 4 wide in the back, and 3 wide for the lead. Harvick on the bottom, though, he will have the edge going into 1, with help from Kurt Busch behind him. And, I mean, really, track position doesn't matter too much. You're going to move around a lot. No one's going to lead a lot of laps, because guys are going to get shuffled about a lot. Logano will go to the lead here pretty quickly. Harvick only led 1 lap. Now Logano takes it. Logano will likely be challenged by more cars than he is, and the pack moves around a lot. Jimmy Johnson goes to the lead. Eric Jones would be next in line to go through that. It's a sort of cycle with the way NR 2003 works on plate tracks. But eventually we get to this mess. 4 wide, so many rows deep, and then you're asking for trouble. Stenhouse to the lead, no shock there, but tons of cars racing really hard, and this is how wrecks happen, but they continue to keep it under control. A couple rookies cycling to the front and the bottom, and no one making any rash moves. They get 5 wide for a moment every now and then, and it all settles out, and they keep getting away with it again and again. Logano would cycle back out to the lead. He would more or less have the best car throughout this early portion, not really being able to be held back by anyone except Kevin Harvick on occasion. Logano would lead the most laps in this first stage, just able to continue to cycle to the front better than anyone else in the field. They are 3 wide for second. Kevin Harvick going to try and hold them. Coming to the last lap of stage 1 here, Clint Bowyer leads it on the bottom. Kurt Busch has cycled back up to the front after starting 3rd. Matt Benedetto there having a good day. All of that can change in a hurry at Talladega. As soon as one thing goes wrong, it can affect a lot of different drivers. Clint Bowyer would win stage 1 with a 5-car breakaway, and then the pack racing for 10th is insane. You can see this 5 wide finish for 10th place. Austin Dillon will get the last playoff point, or not the last playoff point, the last point. And that brings some pit stops and pit strategy. Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney choose to stay out. Now, their plan is likely to try and use track position to win stage 2, which could work if they can break away a little bit here and make themselves very difficult to pass. But in order to do that, they cannot race with each other. They have to settle in and try and push. Kurt Busch has the lead, Blaney's going to be second in the pusher, and a few more cars could help, but that's not how it goes. Blaney tries to cycle to the front right away. John Hunter Nemechek's going to go with the 1, 24 goes with the 12, and all of a sudden, they're slowing each other down, and that's going to allow the big pack to catch up. And this goes from what could have been a 4-car breakaway to win the stage to a massive mess of cars 3 wide. Blaney can try and hold on to this spot, but there's not much he can really do to keep it going. He's going to eventually get cycled out now that they don't have a 4-car breakaway going. They really can't prevent that, and as expected, Kyle Busch would cycle to the front. Ryan Blaney falls backwards. Kevin Harvick's going to race for the lead here, but Blaney's gamble is not going to work. He's going to have to try something different to get that track position. He should have a good car. Penske tends to be strong here, and Logano has already showed speed today. Speaking of Penske, here's some strong Fords. Kevin Harvick was leading until this, a mechanical failure. After a 36th place finish last week at Las Vegas, he cannot have another one, but here it is. Tons of playoff points to rely on. He's still 8th in points, and he's going to have a chance, but 2 straight last place finishes for the 4-car. He had an issue at Las Vegas last week. Logano would cycle to the lead after that, and we're coming to the last lap of the stage here. Martin Truex Jr. makes a move, and he's going to get there, get to the inside. He has help from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Truex to the lead at the end of the stage, and he would come around to the tri-oval with no real challengers and win the stage. Joey Logano in second. He was able to get down Had the race continued green, that would have been a great move to get down. Now more pit stops come here. A few guys stay out and pit the second time around so that they can put themselves intentionally to the back. Kevin Harvick is in trouble now, -10, but he's still got a shot. Aric Almirola, he's still in the going, but 28 points out. He needs to have a good rest of the day. Now some of those guys that stayed out decided not to come back in. This is kind of a weird call because they need fuel to get to the end. They don't have enough fuel as is. But William Byron and Kurt Busch are going to stay out. So does Tanner Berryhill, but he should not be a threat to win the race. So the strategy with the 24 and the 1 doesn't seem to make sense here. The 1 pits right away, the 24 pitted the lap before, and then the 97, tries to get down, doesn't know Martin Truex Jr. is there, damages the 19 car. But that makes this 2 packs. There's William Byron going a lap down. 2 packs, 1 small pack of 6 cars that tend to stay more organized, and then this massive 3 and 4 wide pack. Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch are leading that pack. And here's a little look at the lap times. This more organized first pack is running 0.2 of a second a lap faster, and it's absolutely making a huge difference. They're continuing to pull away from the second pack. Logano and Christopher Bell racing for the lead, each of them trading it back and forth. Bell proving to have a really strong car. He's able to race the 22, one of the only cars all day to do it. But it's not going to matter. Their advantages will be sucked away when this wreck happens. It brings out the yellow. Ryan Blaney with heavy damage. That's going to be hard on the 12 car and his points hopes. Bowman damaged. Kenseth, the left side taken off. Here's an aerial view. 17 and the 88 just get together. Not really much they could have done differently. One goes up, the other goes down, and together they come. Slides up the track and collects. Ryan Blaney he needs more points. He hasn't really been winning races this year, and that's going to hurt. He goes to -2 on the cut line, but it really helps Kevin Harvick and Aric Almirola, who both slide up to less than 10 points out. That'll bring us to a restart with 3 laps left in the race. Joey Logano will lead them down. He's got Austin Dillon to help, but they're already racing for second behind him, and Logano's going to pull a gap. Now, pulling a gap here can be costly when guys get a run and you cannot block it. Logano will get 2 car lengths ahead, and he'll stay there as they race 3 wide. William Byron is a lap down, as is Kurt Busch. They're going to try to come to the front to get their laps back, but it won't really matter. They're not part of the race for the win. The 22 and the 95, the 11, are the race for the win. Denny Hamlin continues to find his way to the front. He's consistently been one of the best cars the entirety of the playoffs, and once again, he's looking to capitalize on a race win. He is the leader in this shot. Although he's racing for the lead on track, he already has it because those 2 are lap cars, and he's really racing with Jimmy Johnson. Denny Hamlin, the leader with 2 to go, he's going to come to get the white flag here. Christopher Bell behind him, and it's going to be 3 wide as they come to the stripe to take the white. Denny Hamlin trying to win another race in the playoffs, the second race of the round of 2. It would be 2 in a row for Hamlin, or maybe 3 in a row, I can't remember. Christopher Bell on the bottom, Hamlin on the top. Both have good help, and they're dead even through 1 and 2. Hamlin's help is Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy's falling off of the back of the 11 car, but Christopher Bell just lost some momentum when Martin Truex Jr. jumped to the bottom. Bell's going to have to think about blocking the bottom. Hamlin gets a big run from help from the 48. They'll go off in the corner here, and Hamlin's going to have to try and hang tough. 48 slides up the track, and now Hamlin has no help whatsoever. The 95 and the 19 hooked up on the bottom. Martin Truex Jr. is going to look high, look low. Christopher Bell to block. Denny Hamlin trying to close the gap on the outside, not going to do it. Christopher Bell gets his first win at Talladega over his 2 teammates. Well, manufacturer teammates. The Rookie of the Year candidate, I guess, takes the win. He's still 23rd in points and well out of the chase for Rookie of the Year, 178 points outside of Tyler Reddick. But it's a good start. His first top 5 of the season comes at Talladega. Call it a fluke win if you want, but it still counts. The points. Denny Hamlin sits with the only win in the round, but Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch are locked in, headed to the Roval. Down at the cut line, Kurt Busch barely hanging on over Ryan Blaney, Jones, Almirola, and Harvick. 5 cars right under a blanket in points heading into the Roval. A race that's sure to be crazy and really impact who goes to the next round. Well, that'll be it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and see you all next week at the Roval.